Hi guys, welcome back to the Butterfly Effect podcast. Now we've recently just finished Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Tape 2 Rage came out, we had a lot of fun with it, but it wouldn't be a video game on this channel, Jack, without its fair share of glitches. Now, we've had a lot of them recently. We played the Until Dawn Remastered, where people were missing heads, where you would examine a totem and you would get kicked out of the game. We saw Life is Strange Double Exposure, where there was missing characters, and yeah, again, people's hair and clothes missing, basically. Now, I think it's fair to say that we had a fair amount of them, a handful of them in Lost Records. So Jack, did it ruin your experience? But also, just share us, what glitches did you get in this game, mate?
In traditional fashion, as it seems to be for me, my first playthrough was basically glitch-free, from what I can remember. Apart from, and I'll bring this up now because I'm sure, you've told me, mate, that you've experienced this, but I'm sure other players have as well. But when you're in the world of Velvet Cove, be it the past or the present, and you're wandering around and you see these black silhouettes, they'll appear for a millisecond, and you definitely clock it, and you think, I was thinking all the time I was playing this game, is this part of the story, or is this just a glitch from a failure of the loading of the world and things just getting misplaced or what have you. So there was that, but in a future playthrough, when I was going for some trophies the other day, I saw some hilarious ones involving Autumn. So one we've got a picture of, what I'll be able to put up on screen, which was very odd. So it was the very last, or one of the last chapters. It's when Swan and Nora were leaving the bar. But the glitch was, and this is what's weird, because Autumn didn't stay to the end for me, but for some reason, in this one, Autumn was there, and they all started to walk out of the blue spruce. And then Autumn randomly just sits down, and it's like she's permanently in a squat position. So you're able to walk around her, and you can see Gus and Pam chatting at the bar and stuff. And Autumn's permanently sat in this position, as she would be when you were sat down earlier on, and that was very funny. And then the other Autumn one, which I wish I got footage of, it's when you're in the past. You're in the little shack thing, and it's before she's about to walk off and say, "Oh, I'm leaving in this." And you give her an item, and then she says, "Oh, sorry, I can't do this, I'm going to leave." And then she doesn't actually walk off, she walks on the spot. So it's sort of similar, mate, to the Mark Shuffle from The Devil in Me. She just walks on the spot, and the only way you could break the glitch was to then go up to her and hug her. And then when you go up to hug her, it then breaks the glitch, and it both characters then almost transported to the door. So to be honest, it didn't ruin it. I found it more funny, and I'm just glad though it didn't happen in my blind playthrough.
Oh no, that's fair play. It sounds like there's quite a few of them there. And I'm also intrigued to see what the Fattens had as well, because I'm sure we've had very different glitches, so I'm sure that there's even more out there. And I invite you guys in the comments to share what you had in your Lost Records if you have any funny stories, because I really enjoy hearing and reading them. For me, I had a fair few. So for me in tape 1, and this is the big one that everyone shared, where when you're going for the Chronicles, the Moth Girl one was completely glitched, where you couldn't place Moth Girl on the swing or on the slide. It's kind of negated in the fact that in tape 2 there's a million more places you can place Moth Girl, to the point that you could have just grabbed it in tape 2 anyway. But for those that were just really eager beavers like myself that wanted to get the trophy, yeah, you had to do the thing that we made a video. If you guys are struggling, feel free to use it, where you have to randomly examine some graffiti, and then when you come back you can do it. So that was a bit of a weird one. And I also had the one I posted in a short, which is the flying glass glitch, where when me, Nora and Autumn went to the pool table, there was just this glass that just was I don't know what happened, but it was flying all over the shop like it was a Harry Potter film. But yeah, tape 2 had a few more glitches, surprisingly, because it was a shorter game. I had a text overlay when I was in Swan's room, where I just randomly had this sort of text that was, I can't remember what it said, I'll put that on screen, but that was there for the foreseeable until I kind of backed out of Swan's desk. One of the bigger ones, though, was in my playthrough. I mean, a bit of a spoiler alert, but Nora did storm out. I wasn't able to keep Nora in my game. And apparently she's supposed to leave her cigarettes on the table. Now, for me, the cigarettes they weren't there. And it was funny because Swan's like, oh, Nora left her cigarettes. I was like, did she? They're not here for me. And you could see the text overlay, so you could examine it. And when I would examine the cigarettes, the screen would just go black. And I could back out of it and I could see again. But it was just a really weird glitch where, yeah, the cigarettes went missing and they were supposed to be there. So yeah, that was a pretty big one. Another that I had, which was a bit of an infuriating one, which is the stealth scene on the porch. I had a section where Corey just didn't move. He was just stood still, looking forwards. And I gave him an odd 15, 20 seconds to move, but he just didn't. So when I just moved out slightly, he was like, hey, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, there's no way I could have succeeded that one. So bit infuriating at the time, but I do see the funny side to it now. So yeah, there was just an abundance of glitches in this game. And the annoying thing is that I'm pretty sure there's one more that I can't think of off the top of my head that I experienced. But yeah, I really like Lost Records, but it does seem that there were a fair amount of glitches, lad.
Yeah, and you know what? You've brought two up there, the stealth one. Jesus Christ, how could I forget that one? The stealth one, I saw your one, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Obviously, I could see you sat there thinking, oh, fucking hell, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to keep Nora around. Because, to be honest, it was only after my maybe third attempt where I failed it that I thought, oh, is there actual jeopardy here? Because Nora keeps saying stuff like, oh, if we don't get this right, I'm gonna, get tired of it and leave. But I never had the one where he just stood still. For me, it was I tried it once, and I think I got towards the end, but the bit that, I suppose this is where the camera angle comes in, because there's this black tarpaulin, and I think you've got to almost walk towards the screen in a way in order to circle Swan round and hide her behind that, because otherwise he sees you. But I don't think a lot of players pick that up on their first run. But the unforgivable bit is that if you fail and then you attempt it again, you'll be perfectly stood behind the bush, and there's zero light on you whatsoever, and then Corey goes, hey, what are you doing there? And I'm thinking, this didn't happen in my last go, so I really don't know what's going on here. It's glitched somewhere, it's badly designed, whatever. So thankfully, obviously, I got to the end and Nora stuck around, but I can imagine it being infuriating. But I must, like I say, lad, it was quite funny to watch. And that other one at the desk is, I think I know what you mean, because for me, it wasn't so much a glitch, but it was I don't know, because it said press LT to zoom in, to read something, and it was awkwardly placed because it would cover up aspects of what you wanted to read. But the main thing is that it was the wrong button. It said press LT to zoom in, but I actually had to press RT to zoom in. So again, I don't know what's going on there. So there are little teething things where they've gone wrong in this. But to be honest, it's so far at the back of my mind of what my, I don't know, issues sounds like a strong word, but I think the cons that I have to Lost Records, the glitches isn't one of them that stands out to me.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say it ruined the experience, but it's definitely something for DontNod to consider, that there were certain elements which were definitely unpolished. And because we experienced very different glitches, that I imagine there's a million more out there that other people have experienced that we haven't. If we take a game like The Devil in Me, where I know that glitches absolutely ruined people's playthroughs where they weren't able to save characters. Admittedly for me, I had a glitch where it potentially got rid of one, but I'm going to be real, I don't think I was going to keep them around anyway. I was fucking up left, right and centre with them. But yeah, I wouldn't say it ruined the experience, but yeah, it's just something that they're going to need to polish if, in future games that they do make, I do believe. But guys, that was our video on the many glitches in Lost Records. So please guys, let us know what funny glitches you had in the comments, and we'll look forward to reading them. And also let us know if it ruined your experience in any way, shape or form. But otherwise, guys, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz. We have a lot of Lost Records Blooming Rage videos around the corner that I'm sure you guys are fully going to enjoy. But until then, we will see you in hell.
See you later.